20 years of Scooby Doo 2. Let's have a board game review.
Who's your mommy?
Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. This is a 2 to 4 player game. It's a very simple game. You just got to be the first player to collect 2 monster tokens and the control panel and reach the control room. It sounds pretty simple, but this game is kind of a game of luck and chance. By that I mean it's all about how you spin. So setup is very quick and easy. If you got a game used like I did, everything should be punched out and everything should be already numbered. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the stands that have numbers on them, mix them up with numbers down, and then place them underneath all 12 of the monsters. Stands with no stickers on them go underneath the 5 character pieces. Everyone's going to pick a Monster Inc. mover and place it on the start space. The youngest player will start the game. Play proceeds to the left. On a player's turn, you're going to spin the spinner and move that many bases clockwise around the board. This is where I said basically luck is going to play a part. This and any other time you use the spinner. So basically the whole game is pretty much luck. Now there will be cards in the game. I view these cards that you get from these green skull spaces as cards they can hold on to and use throughout the game as a one-time only. And I say that because otherwise the cards wouldn't make any sense. The funny thing is when you get the card from the deck, they say read it out loud and follow the directions on the card. But if you look at these cards, some of these don't make any sense to play randomly. It seems like something you'd have to play in particular circumstances. The place where I got this game tries to guarantee that all the pieces are there, so they don't allow you to look at it so pieces don't get lost at the store. But sadly, the game doesn't list how many cards are in the game. So I guess when they checked it, they didn't realize there was 2 cards missing. But if you look at the cards at the bottom corner, they are numbered. Looks like 1 through 16. I can tell you I'm missing 2 cards because the sequence is broken. I'm missing a 5 and I believe 11. But the game seems still playable with the cards I do have. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get the remaining 2 cards. Now there are other spaces on the board, like get the control panel. This is one of 2 ways to get the control panel card. Or the other way is if you spin a 1, you get to move 1 and then take the control panel card. At the beginning of the game, it's going to start on the board. But once the game gets started and someone gets the card, you'll be taken from another player. Also, there is a mystery machine space. Immediately move to any other space, follow the directions on that space. The start space in this game, you get to take another turn. Now these corner spaces over here with the monsters in them, this is where you race to get those monsters. So what you do is when you land on one of those corner spaces that has a monster in it, you'll take the monster and your player piece to the racetrack, and then you'll spin the spinner a number of rounds based on the number underneath the monster stand. So it could just have a 1 and you just spin once. So the player to your left will play the monster, and they'll also get to spin based on how many rounds are. Whoever gets closest to the finish will be determined to be the winner. If you lose the race, you do not collect the monster token, and you just put both of you guys back in the corner space. You end your turn and continue the game. If you're the player and you win, you get to collect the matching token of that monster, and then remove that monster from the game and place a new monster in that corner spot. Yeah, you'll wait until your next turn before you get to move again. As soon as you collect 2 race tokens, which you won, you'll no longer be racing during the game. Once you get 2, that's it. You can't just collect extra monsters, and people can't steal monsters from you. That's just it. So basically what you're going to try to do now is you're going to try to get the control panel as soon as possible. Once you have all 3 of those things, control panel and the 2 monster tokens, you're going to now move clockwise towards the control room. And you don't have to land in the control room by exact, but if you do lose the control panel card before you get to the control room, instead of going towards the control room, you're going to now move away from it and continue going clockwise around the board. It's a really simple game. As I said, it's very luck driven because of the spinner being the only way to move, and then you're forced to go clockwise. So there's really not much control when it comes to that, except unless you have a card that says do something particular, or when you land on the mystery scene space and you get to choose where you go on the board. Other than that, there really isn't much control you get over this game. So it's a nice simple game that young kids could play. It's not something adults will just randomly pull out to play unless you just want to do it either for nostalgia or because you like the movie. I got this more as a collector's game than something that I'm going to whip out all the time. Let me know if you like the Scooby Doo live action movies, or if you've ever played this game before. Leave a comment below. If you want to see more board game reviews or how-tos, you can also comment, or you can hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.
Again, happy anniversary to the GOAT of live-action cartoons, the Scooby Doo games from 2002 and 2004. See ya!